craziest thing.
Sorry, that's not creepy at all. Okay.
We are here with our new Ruston campus pastors, Amos and Lindsey. How are y'all doing?
Good, man. How are you?
Good. Y'all excited to be here?
So excited.
Cool. Y'all ready for some questions?
Yes.
All right,
Let's have.
ask questions too. Here
Okay.
we go. First one. Where were you born?
I was born in Iuka, Mississippi, a little bitty town.
Say that again.
Iuka,
Iuka,
Mississippi.
Sweet. Lindsey?
Yeah. Sheffield, Alabama.
Oh, wow. Okay, cool. All right, so tell me about some ministry areas that you guys have been involved with.
Sure. I've been at a church for about 12 years and worked with worship, worked with some student ministry in different growth tracks, and just had the pleasure to do almost all.
I heard you say worship.
Yes,
All
worship.
right. So instruments, music?
Yes,
Vocals?
I play several instruments, but none of them well.
Okay, same. Lindsey?
She plays everything.
Plays everything.
Sweet.
Yeah. Pretty much served alongside of him. I also worked a full-time job outside of church, but I was able to serve as lead of greeters and help that team along. Worked in the nursery, of course, and just did whatever they needed me to do.
Gotcha. Okay, here's one. And coronavirus aside, in a normal world, tell us what a normal morning looks like in the house.
Okay, a normal morning is waking up with one of our two kids in the bed.
Absolutely.
And I try to wake up early. I try to go, I love to drink some coffee and read a little bit in the morning, try to have my quiet time early before everyone else wakes up.
Cool.
Yeah, slowly with coffee.
Slow morning. With
Slow
coffee.
with coffee, yeah.
Sounds
If
like
possible,
our-
yeah.
Cool. Tell us about some of your hobbies. Things you like to do.
I love photography. It's something that I've always loved,
Good.
but in the
Yeah.
past 2 or 3 years, yeah, I've done it on the side, and it's been a lot of fun and going out with families and just kind of one-on-one with everyone. But I love it so much, and just like capturing just happy times with families and just all cuddled up and stuff. It's fun.
She's really good at it too. Really, really good. Yeah, I enjoy watching some sports. Probably biggest passion is music. I enjoy recording a little bit in my house and just having a good time.
Cool. So that leads us into our next question.
Okay.
Favorite music artist?
Mm.
Anybody?
Can we say Coldplay? Is that
You
okay?
can.
Is that all right?
That's like my number one.
Okay, good.
Go ahead.
Huh? Oh, I'm sorry.
Practice.
Oh, yeah, okay.
We're practicing.
We can take Coldplay, that's
Yeah,
okay?
Coldplay.
Okay,
Absolutely.
I like, this is weird, but I like Wolfpack and Fearless Flyers and any kind of thing like that.
Yeah, people need to know who Wolfpack is.
I agree.
Yes.
People need to know
They
that.
need to know. Okay, so you did say you like sports.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I need to know what kind of sports and what's your favorite team?
Okay, this is very different for both of us, all right?
Okay.
So, Lindsey, you go first.
College football
Yes.
and Roll Tide. Absolutely.
The grimaces in the room. Wow. Okay,
Yeah.
this is very different. So
Don't worry about it.
she's the football fan, and I am a soccer fan. I love soccer. Follow a team in Spain called FC Barcelona and a team in the U.S. called Atlanta United.
Nice. Okay.
It's an obsession. It's really bad.
It is.
You've got jerseys and everything.
Yes.
Oh, cool.
Yes.
Cool.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
All right, we're shifting gears a little bit. Here we go. Who would you say your biggest ministry influence is?
You want me to go first?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Really Pam Height, which is was our senior pastor's wife at Crossroads. She really just showed me, as being a pastor's wife, like you don't have to be perfect. All you have to do is love people, and you love God. And I saw her love God with her whole heart and love people with her whole heart and serve them. And she was just amazing. And she's recently gone through a health trial, and it was just amazing to see her go after God with everything and just trust in Him. And she's just inspiring. And she also was very spoke life into us, and she's just amazing.
Yeah, I could go with so many here. I think probably the number one influence is my dad. He was a pastor himself and still pastors. He at this point he goes into the prisons twice a week and works there in prison ministry, and just an amazing inspiration.
Awesome. Okay. All right. What about podcasts? Anybody a podcast listener? Do you have any favorites?
So I love podcasts.
Okay.
I have several that I like. I'm a part of one called the Destiny Leaders podcast, and that's a lot of fun. People should check that out. And then there's another one called How I Built This with Guy Raz, and it's probably my favorite podcast to listen to.
I really don't have time to listen to podcasts.
Totally understand. Okay, here's a fun one for you. Cat people or dog people?
Both.
Both.
Both,
All
yeah.
right, do we have any cats? or
I'm
dogs
neither.
anymore?
He's neither.
My kids are though,
Yeah.
so therefore I am.
All
Yeah.
right, okay.
Both.
Okay, cool. So what do you have at the house? You have both?
We have a
How many?
dog. Well, we just have a dog right now.
Okay.
But if Carolyn has her way, we'll have cats eventually. But yeah, we have Marshall right now. So.
What's your favorite season of the year?
Pumpkin spice season. No, fall.
Yeah,
Yeah, absolutely fall.
It takes over.
Yes, it does.
Amos?
I would say spring. I like when new things start blooming, and there's a lot of pollen in the air, which is great.
It's great.
What would you say is your worst habit?
Oh goodness, I'm gonna go with chewing my nails. That
was
be,
my answer.
It might be yours too.
Yeah.
Let me ask you.
So yes, yeah, both of us.
Chewing nails,
Sorry.
yep.
So what's your best habit then?
Making the bed every morning. That's something you can start off with doing, and it adds productivity to your day. You feel accomplished, right? So
That's true. She does do that. I would say the best habit. Someone taught me one time that you always tell a family member that you love them every chance you get, and I really tried to make that a habit every time I had the chance, just to tell my kids or my wife that I love them.
Awesome. Okay. All right, next question. What's the craziest thing that's happened to you at church?
So I would say that I'm infamous for forgetting lyrics while I'm worship leading. And so there was one time when I actually sang in a church service, "Rejoice, for God has lost his power." Straight up. It was so bad. And then there's nothing to do but then stop and say, sorry.
Let's do that again.
Yeah. Can we just repeat that part?
Right. And people still worshiping.
Well, kind of.
Okay. Okay. So here's an interesting question for you. Alive or dead, who would you have lunch with if you could have lunch with anybody?
What a great question.
Yeah.
What do you say?
I'm thinking, is she still alive? I think. Queen Elizabeth. I just think she's super interesting, and the royals kind of interest me. So, Queen Elizabeth, yeah.
Okay.
Oh man, that is such a great question. I probably would go with. This is going to be such a Christian answer, but I would love to hang out with Paul for a minute, just to kind of get.
That would be
I feel like we would get along. I feel like he was a good guy.
cool. What is your biggest fear?
I think my biggest fear has always been being incapable of what someone asked me to do.
Wow. Okay.
Probably not being enough. I mean, I think women just kind of deal with that, not being enough as a mom, not being enough as a wife, or just whatever the world calls us to be. And anyways, of course, we have our answers through God on that. So,
Okay.
yeah.
What is your favorite moment that you can recall having at Crossroads?
I would say probably my favorite moment at Crossroads would be when our church gathered around us and prayed for us and within all of this transition and sent us out. And it was great to have people come by and as a family and say, we believe in you. We want you to succeed, and we know that you will.
My favorite moment at Crossroads would probably have been our baby dedications, both of them, and they were just really special and just dedicating our children to the Lord. And our church family gathering around us and praying for them as well.
Okay, so we mentioned Crossroads. Tell us where you're moving from.
Okay, yeah, so we're moving from a church of the Crossroads in Corinth, Mississippi. It's right up in the northeast corner, and we were pastors there for 12 years.
Wow, okay. What's your most impactful word from God that you can recall?
You want to go first?
Sure. So mine are like 3 words, and God actually, He's been working on me my whole life, right? But He really worked on me the past 3 years, and 3 years ago, Crossroads really just like challenged us to ask God for one word in January instead of a New Year's resolution to do one word. And so I prayed about it, and I received the word trust. That year, God really just worked with me the whole year on trust. And then last year was hope, and this year was brave. And I really believe over the past 3 years, it was just a process of getting us actually to this place, and trust, hope, and being brave, and doing what God has called us to do, and following His direction. So
good. So I would, as I'm thinking about this, probably, I told you earlier, my greatest fear was not being capable. And I think one of the strongest words I've ever received was that there's no one that's better suited for what God has called you to do than you.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. That's really good. When or how did you know you had a calling of God? Is there a moment or a time when you're like, oh yeah, I'm called, God's called me? Can you tell us about that?
Sure. I would say that I think we all have a calling from God, and that we all have the choice to step into that calling. And growing up in church, as we both did, we were surrounded by people who brought that calling out of us. And so I can remember some specific times growing up that I realized that God had placed something special in our lives and in our hearts. And as we prepared ourselves and we draw close to God, as He draws close to us, we see that calling come forth.
Awesome. Okay. Is there a saying or anything that someone has said that just stuck with you and it's been with you for a long time that helps just guide everything or a lot of the parts of life with you?
Sure. I think in any time where, so many times we try to pick sides, we try to, see which side we should fall to, and even in our current status, in our current situations, and maybe there's a political climate or whatever. And one of the things that stood out to me is, it's actually a quote from Tony Evans, and he said, Jesus didn't come to take sides, He came to take over. And we try to live our life by that. We just want to follow the leading of God in every situation. We don't have to pick sides.
Okay. When or how did you know Christ Church Ruston was the place you wanted to be?
Oh, I love this question, because we actually got to attend Christ Church Ruston several weeks ago, and it was amazing. We got to hang out with some of the people there in the foyer. We got to talk with them and got to see them. And I remember us getting back in the car and getting out on the road and just looking at each other and just saying those people were so amazing. They felt like family. It felt like home. And we knew right then and there that's someone that we wanted, there's people that we wanted to do life with, that we wanted to, put our kids in the same classes as their kids, and we wanted to go alongside them and serve alongside them with the kingdom of God.
Cool. What are you looking forward to first about being in Ruston?
Just being able to hug some necks and just connect with people, really. I can't wait to meet everyone and just to dive in and just to start being used by the Lord, and just like I said, hug people's necks after this virus, right? Shake some hands.
How many years have you guys been married?
Since 2008, so I'm really bad at math.
11 or 12?
11 or 12.
It'll be 12 years this year, yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
When's your anniversary?
November 8th, 2008, yeah.
Cool. Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. What's the one thing you would love to say to Christ Church Ruston right now?
I just can't wait to be with you. We can't wait to serve alongside of you. We can't wait to, as she said, hug some necks and just do life with you.
Well, it was awesome getting to know you guys better. We're looking forward to the future of you guys being pastors of Ruston Christ Church.
Yay!